guys, happy Monday. How are you all? What a lovely sunny weekend we had. I hope you had a lovely time, and I know we're all doing lots of walking, but I went on the most amazing walk yesterday down the Devil's Punch Bowl. Put your hand up if you've been to the Devil's Punch Bowl. Or quite a lot of you. If you haven't, you must go. It's so beautiful, and the walks are great because they really puff you out. So they're good walks because it's, as it sounds, it's like a big bowl and you have to walk down and then back up again. So it's a really good one if you want to get a good bit of exercise. And I'll come on to speaking about exercise in a little bit, but I'm just going to use my new magic wand to light my wonderful candle. This candle smells so nice as well. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear the magic wand. It's like this, a sparkler. Oops, nearly there. Look at that. Beautiful. I love this new magic wand. So hopefully you've got a candle with you and you can enjoy just our time together this morning. And I'm going to start by saying, peace be with you. Thank you. What an exciting week we have this week. So many things to share with you and some things to think about this morning. But first of all, does anybody know why I might be putting those up on the screen? Put your hand up or tell somebody at home why I might be putting those. They are daffodils. Well done. I love daffodils. So again, another sign of springtime. But today it is St David's Day. So it is the very special day in Wales, which is part of Great Britain. So we've got England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales in Great Britain, which is our sort of country, isn't it, our area, and we live in England. And it's St David's Day for everybody that is Welsh, and we have some people in our school family who are either Welsh or have relatives from Wales, and it is a very special day because it is St David, the patron saint of Wales, and it's a day that everybody in Wales celebrates and really thinks about their saint and all the good that can be done by people like that. So we are going to think about that today, and then I've got some other things to share with you. On Saturday, it is the long-awaited second virtual quiz night with Misty Yates. Saturday night, guys. So if you are free on Saturday, which I would imagine you would be, please come along. We have loads of spaces, loads and loads of spaces. There's no cost, so you could just turn up. We'll make sure we'll get the link out to you. It was absolutely brilliant last time, and I just know it's going to be brilliant again. I had so much fun. So please join us for our quiz night. I've got lots of things in store for you that are going to be brilliant. Now, a little reminder here, so remember it is still our Keep On Moving challenge. So this week, just as last week, you've got to be thinking about the Keep On Moving. So that's what I was thinking about when I was on my walk yesterday, and I was also on my walk the day before. I'm going to go on my bike at home, which I've got now in my hallway, on Tuesday. So important to keep on moving because we have changed our lifestyles a little bit during the pandemic. Some people have changed more than others, and sometimes we're not doing all the things that we need to do in terms of eating the right foods, drinking the right drinks, and making sure that we're keeping fit and healthy. So it's our challenge to you to make sure you keep on moving. And if you are keeping on moving, any photos that you have to show that you're doing that, please send to your teachers this week, because we're going to celebrate two things in Celebration Assembly. One of them is the Keep On Moving challenge. So keep on moving, guys. Well done, those of you that are keeping it up. Now, on Thursday, it is World Book Day, and it got me thinking about last year. You're not going to believe that this was only last year. Look at this. This was last year. Now, I don't know about you, but that feels about 10 years ago to me. But that was just before our whole world changed. So there we are, all dressed up for Book Day. Got some fantastic costumes there, all those Dalmatians. And that was just last year, just before. And I remember just at that time hearing about a virus that was over in some other countries and not really paying much attention. Amazing. And look what else happened around that time, just last year. Do you remember? Do you remember the giant's boot that landed on our school? That was just last year, just before that. So it was in March, just as we came back to school after half term, that giant had left its boot there. So I thought I would just remind you of that, because it took me back when I was thinking about our World Book Day. I'm very excited about my costume. And also on World Book Day, Mrs. Holmes and Miss Beaver have been working hard on some challenges. And what they would like you to do is find somewhere, anywhere, as unusual or funny as possible, of course, to be reading a book and taking a photo. So here's just some examples for you. And I would like you to take a photo of yourself reading a book, so it can be any time from now, and send it to your teachers, because we are also going to celebrate those in the celebration assembly. So as interesting as possible, okay? So I've seen a couple of the teachers and they are really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of those. So can you make sure that you do 2 things this week? Keep up your Keep On Moving challenge and take a photo of you somewhere unusual reading, okay? Somewhere that will make us giggle, hopefully. Now, also been thinking about feelings, and this says our feelings and moods are a lot like the weather. One day we're all bright and sunny, and another day things seem grey and cloudy. And I've been listening to the news a little bit this week, and there's quite a lot of talk about, what's it going to be like when we come out of the pandemic? And it's really interesting, because for the most part it's very exciting, but there will be things that some people have preferred. So for example, some of your mummies and daddies have spent more time with you because they haven't been at work as much. And I know that they have loved this. I know that they have really enjoyed your time together, and your lives have changed a bit, and maybe you've been going on more family walks. And I know that some people will be thinking, I don't want that to stop. I like that. I also know that for some of us, we have quite enjoyed having our own space on the playground and not being all together, because for some people being all together all the time is a little bit much. So we're going to do some thinking about some of the things that we might keep and some of the things that we might let go, and I'm going to ask you guys about that, okay? I'm going to send you a little survey and ask you, what would you like to stay the same and what would you like to go back to how things were before. I'm going to ask you a few questions about school actually. But I was thinking about that, and I was thinking that our feelings are very much like the weather. So a little bit, we're like when we check in with our flowers, sometimes we can be feeling a little less cheery than others. The sunshine definitely helps though, I think. I think there's definitely something to say that the sunshine helps. So thinking about that, I just wanted to think about a few more things. So one day we might want to go for a picnic and it pours with rain. So things might make us feel a little like things are a little bit trickier. We can't control the weather, but we can make the most of our plans, whatever the weather is doing. We don't always have to let the weather control us. So whilst it is lovely to have the sunshine, if it's a bit of a grey day, it doesn't mean that we have to be grey. I know these are very liked pictures. They're artwork that I found from a friend of mine. So apologies if you can't see the words brilliantly, but I will let you know what the pictures are all about. And then look, I love this, the rainbow. So it's the same with our feelings and moods. We might want to feel happy, but sometimes we just don't. So there's things we can do about that. So if you're not having a happy day, there are things that you can do about it. So we can't control the weather or our feelings, but we can choose how to respond to them. So we can choose if we're going to perk ourselves up or if we're going to let ourselves be down. And then there's some other pictures here. So how are you feeling? So you might feeling that even though there's a lot going on at the moment, you're feeling good. You might be feeling okay. You might be feeling a bit down. You might be feeling that things are getting to you a little bit. You might be a bit worried. You might be upset or scared. But whatever happens, we can do things to make ourselves feel better. So my question is, what would help you to feel a bit better? So I want you to have a think about that. So I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Yeah, well done. And I want you to think, what would make you feel better? And I'm going to make some suggestions just while you've got your eyes closed. You might want to pause me and you might want to have a talk about this at home or in school. Okay, so going for a walk makes me feel better. Talking to my friends makes me feel better. Eating a satsuma makes me feel better. Love satsumas. Cuddling my cat makes me feel better. Watching one of my favourite TV programmes makes me feel better. Doing some yoga makes me feel better. It's just some ideas there. I hope you've come up with some things that make you feel better. Things that you can do pretty much any time that can make you feel better. So I talked there about I might want to talk to my friends. There are other people that you could talk to. So talking is really, really good. So there's just some examples there. You could talk to your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, a doctor, a helpline. We're going to talk more about that later this week. A social worker, youth worker, teacher, friend. You could talk to another adult. Anybody. You could talk to your cat or your dog. That would help too. But making yourself heard and talking to people is definitely a way to make you feel better. And here's some other pictures to help you, that might help you feel better. So that picture, the first one, is about touching something that will make you feel better, or possibly even sort of touching yourself, giving yourself a cuddle, giving yourself a rub, making yourself feel better. Or in the middle, you've got someone cuddling something that makes you feel better. So when I was little, I had something that I called a blassie, which was just a blanket, which I've still got, that made me feel better. You might have something like that. And then also trying to make the clouds go away yourself. So that's somebody thinking positive thoughts to make the clouds go away. So thinking positive thoughts, so thinking about the things that make you feel better is a good strategy. Now, of course, there are good days and bad days for everybody. So what is important to know, guys, is when you're having a bad time, that is completely normal. When you're having some worries, that is completely normal. Everybody has that. And we have to get used to having those feelings because we have some ups and we have some downs, and that is okay. And it's more likely that at the moment, some people might have more ups and more downs because there's lots going on that's different in the world. Oh, I love this picture. So keeping your body well. So look, keeping warm or cold if you need to be warm or cold, having food, having water, having rest, having good sleep. And remember, if sleep isn't something that comes easy to you, just lie still, enjoy the fact that you've got a warm bed, because some people don't have a warm bed. So lie there and know your body is resting, and sleep will come when it needs to. So don't ever worry if you can't sleep. It's okay. The reason you can't sleep is you've got all the thoughts going around in your head, and you just have to embrace the thoughts. It's okay. I'm going to think about that, or I'm not going to think about that, and I'm going to lie here and I'm going to rest, and my body is resting, which is great for me. So I'm not going to get up. I'm just going to lie here and rest, and eventually sleep will come. It's so good for you, but it's okay if you have a little bit of trouble with it. Again, that's completely normal. And then my final picture, oh no, not my final picture, I've got a couple more to go. But this one is just about looking after your heart, looking after yourself, making sure that you do all the things that make you happy. Then I found this picture, and it says, it's easy sometimes to compare who you are with others and see what you don't have, and then somehow feel a bit less. So if perhaps you're feeling a bit prickly like the cactus and you're comparing yourself to one of the flowers, then perhaps you might be feeling that things aren't as great for you. But instead of comparing yourself to others, I love this, compare yourself with yourself. So think about yourself and think, how can I be a little bit better? How can I be a little bit happier? And make something happen for yourself. So do one of the things that makes you feel better. Talking to somebody, cuddling your dog, or maybe going for a walk, or any of those things. And it might just be doing some like colouring at home, something simple like that. It might be having a bath. It could be anything. But don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to yourself and how you can make things better for yourself. And always remember, even if the sunshine isn't out, the love is. So the love is everywhere around you. The love of the people that love you. It might be the love of God for you. It's definitely the love of the teachers who are super excited and counting the sleeps. So there are only, let's count together in fact. So we've got tonight's sleep. So we've got Monday 1, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, Friday 5, Saturday 6, Sunday 7. And then you're all coming back to school together. So the love and the sunshine is always there. And we do know that Christians believe that Jesus set an example of kindness and love. So he was always loving others by blessing them and helping the sick and poor people, making sure people were okay, and always said that love one another as I have loved you. So not only you've got to look after yourself, if you look after people around you, it makes you feel better. It really does. So here is my last picture, the same picture as before. And I think that that hand in that heart, with all that sunshine around, just reminds us about all the things that I've just talked about. Even if we're having a grey day, remember the sunshine, look after ourselves, look after each other, and remember that any of the feelings that we have about change or uncertainty or not being sure what's going to happen next are completely normal, and it's okay to feel like that. Do you remember the butterfly that I showed you on Friday? So those butterflies that sometimes come and go, sometimes because we're not sure about something or sometimes because we're excited about something, again, they are okay. I've got butterflies sometimes, it's okay. Oh, I hope you have a great day, guys. I hope you can remember all those things I've talked about in my assembly. And I would like us to say a prayer together. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to sit still for a moment. Dear God, help us to embrace the butterflies. Help us to embrace the change. Help us to know that any worries that we have are completely normal. And help us to be strong in these times of uncertainty. We know that we can look after each other as you look after us. In your name, Amen. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a terrific day today, and I'm super excited about the end of the week. So remember, dress up Thursday and book characters, dress up Friday for the last time, we think, as superheroes. Have a great day, guys. See you.